I can do this, listen what I say. I come to school and I make good grades. 7 to 3, not enough for me. Put in the work, yeah, that's the key. Treat people right, each and every day. Yes ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. Take away. I can do this, work then I play. I can do this, persevere every day. I can do this. I can do this.
Alright, next coming up is David. Come on, David. Hold on, what was that? David, he said you were slow. Alright, here we go. Factor, show the audience. Factor, show the audience.
Well, he's fun, he's silly,
Nice
and
job.
he's actually kind and thoughtful, and he's generous. I like Mr. Stovall because he's funny.
Show the audience.
He does fun
Show the
activities.
audience.
I just think of him as a school dad.
Tony, what's it doing?
The thing he does a lot crazy is he jumps on the table. He almost scared me. He almost stepped on my pinky.
That producer is then eaten by.
And when he's teaching us something, he doesn't let go and he just keeps teaching us until we understand the lesson.
Well, I think it's actually kind of silly and scary.
4, 3, Abdul.
This is the one place where you can make a difference. You know every day that you've made a difference.
Let's go, Stovall.
I am a very unconventional teacher.
Bet you can't do it.
So I'm outside the box. I want my classroom to be exciting. I want it to be somewhere where they want to go. I don't want it to be, oh, I like math, oh, I like science. I want it to be, I can't wait to get to Mr. Stovall's class. On August 31st of 2013, my best friend and I were riding around in a side-by-side ATV. It rolled end over end, down a hill. I was ejected, he was ejected. My wife and my friend take me to the hospital. My head's bleeding. They tell me I have epidural hematoma, complete brain bleed. My brain is swelled 8 centimeters. And that is pushing on the top of my spinal column, which is stopping heart and lung function. There was a little fear, but not fear of dying, fear of, oh God, my job here is not done. From being told that you will not live, and then when you do live, that you'll never walk, that you'll never talk, that you will not teach again, Mr. Stovall. You need to learn how to cope. To not giving up is that same fight that I feel like I've always had. I wanted to do something that was meaningful. I guess the main purpose of becoming a teacher is to make sure that my life matters. And I wait sometimes to tell them my story until one of them tells me I can't. Usually it happens in the first couple of days. I can't. Then I throw a picture up in my head, staples in it. You can't. You can't. Well, you can't write? Okay, let me tell you what happened. I can't is not an option. And the biggest thing that I do for my kids is that I love them like they're mine. I tell them at the beginning of the year, Mr. Stovall doesn't like you. I don't like you at all. I love you. And now that I love you, you got to love me back. And I like you a little bit.
Bad dog. He's great.
On display last night the way things are going down in a Trump administration. The USA is...
You better stop. That's not going to work.
You know, we can walk around and see things on the news that aren't the way they're supposed to be. We can walk around the neighborhood and see the way that things aren't supposed to be. But this gives them a standard.
If you don't want one of those, get one out of the bag. Okay, put it on. Come on out, Joshua. Come here, brother. Hey, you dress like a young man, Joshua Plata. You better act like one.
The Boys Club was introduced to me when Amarion came home and had a contract. He told me he was supposed to sign. And I started reading it, and it was goals. You know, I will do what I'm asked to do, things about no excuses, about being kind and courteous, and I think it's awesome. It brings the boys together. It doesn't matter what area of town they come from, their background. It's teaching them how to grow up and be better members of society.
Parker-Bennett-Curry is nestled right here in the housing authority, housing projects. Would be considered a high poverty school. So we have this group, it's called the Boys to Men group. It came as an idea from Mr. Stovall. He came up with this idea, let's teach our young men how to be young men. And first off, what does that mean? Let's look at behavior. How does a respected young man dress? How does a respected young man treat people? How do we eat? How do we just exist?
Okay. Yes. Yes. Lower. Yes. Yes.
It's about being the male role models that so many of our students are missing, and not just because their fathers are absent. I mean, a lot of parents have to work, and so the kids are there by themselves, and so we're standing in the gap in the meantime.
I think the program is important to Amarion because it's individualized. I mean, they do things as a group. They expose them to positive male influences. The best thing is they lead by example, and Amarion needs that.
No whining!
No whining!
No complaining!
No complaining!
No excuses!
No excuses!
Louder. No whining!
We're tickled. I mean, I hope that it's a program that continues. If Amarion could have some kind of sound basis like this every year, it's awesome to teach them to get excited about growing and being responsible. And that's what I see from this program.